Let me tell you something. Spring training has a feeling that's hard to explain unless you've actually been there. The smell of fresh-cut grass, the crack of bats at 7 in the morning, coaches hollering across diamonds, and right now, down in Dunedin, the Toronto Blue Jays are doing something that feels genuinely different this year. There's an energy here. You can feel it the moment you walk through those gates. So let's talk about what's actually happening, because there's a lot to unpack. First thing you notice when you walk into that complex, every locker is filled. Every single one. Pitchers, catchers, position players, all reported. The only open locker in the room belongs to Kevin Gausman, and that's purely a veteran perk. The man has earned his space, but beyond the logistics of who's where, what's striking is the buzz around one particular guy. And if you know anything about Japanese baseball, you already know the name, Kazuma Okamoto. Wherever this man goes, cameras follow. You think I'm exaggerating? He walks from the batting cage to the infield, and you've got a dozen reporters moving with him like he's got a gravitational pull. Photographers pressing up against the cage, trying to get the perfect angle on his swing. And honestly, you understand it when you see him hit. There's something clean about the way he loads. Simple, controlled, no wasted movement, just this quiet violence when the bat makes contact. Now here's what makes this genuinely fascinating. Daisuke Matsuzaka showed up at Blue Jays camp to interview him. Matsuzaka, one of the most legendary Japanese pitchers to ever cross over into MLB, now working as a media personality, and he's standing there mimicking Okamoto's batting stance with both hands extended, bending his knees, trying to feel what it feels like. That's not a publicity stunt. That's a baseball man recognizing something real. The Blue Jays gave Okamoto $60 million. That's not a bet you make lightly, but what they're really buying isn't just the bat, it's the potential footprint. A Japanese star succeeding in Toronto opens doors. Future players, future partnerships, future revenue streams. But none of that matters if he can't handle a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. That's the real test. And look, we've seen this before. Shogo Akiyama couldn't handle the heat. Yoshitsutsugo never figured it out either. Akiyama was hitting .72 against fastballs in his final MLB season. That's not a slump. That's a problem with no solution. So when people ask whether Okamoto is different, the honest answer is we don't have enough data yet. What we do know is that during the 2023 World Baseball Classic, he saw 12 pitches over 93 miles per hour and didn't whiff on a single one. Small sample, sure, but it's something. Spring training games are coming. Another WBC is coming. We're going to find out. Now let me tell you about the 20-year-old who's quietly turning heads, because if you're sleeping on Arjun Nimmala, you need to wake up. This kid showed up to big league camp weeks before he had to. Weeks. And he came in 15 pounds heavier than he finished last season because he figured something out. He lost significant weight during a 120-game minor league grind last year, and it wrecked the second half of his season. His OPS dropped below 600 after a genuinely promising April and May. He put that together, he fixed it, and now he's standing on an infield next to Andres Gimenez asking him why he's using a tiny glove. That conversation right there tells you everything. Gimenez explains he uses the miniature glove during pre-game drills to develop pocket awareness, makes him more efficient in games. And Nimmala is standing there soaking it up. That's the kind of thing you can't teach. That's a guy who knows he's there to learn, not just to be seen. He's probably heading back to the minors after camp, but the way he's carrying himself, the adjustments he's already making, keep that name somewhere close. Dalton Varsho is hitting the ball absolutely out of the atmosphere right now, and I need you to understand the significance of what that means. Tyler Rogers, submarine reliever, gave up 4 home runs all of last year, one of the lowest home run rates among qualified relievers, and 2 pitches into a live at-bat, Varsho crushes one to dead center. The ball disappears into the trees beyond the fence. Gone. The day before, hitting coach David Popkins and a group of hitters are literally hollering watching Varsho send line drive after line drive over the right field wall during batting practice. Other outfielders stopped trying to shag fly balls and just stood there watching. Varsho played 71 games last season because of a shoulder injury and a hamstring issue. 71 games, and he still hit 20 home runs. You do the math on a full season at that pace, you're looking at 45 home runs. 45. His career best is 27, so either last year was a legitimate breakout moment in terms of his power development, or spring training is just going really well. We'll find out. But the Jays need him. With Bo Bichette gone to New York, the offense has a hole in it, and Varsho healthy and locked in is one of the most compelling ways to fill it. He's also a free agent after this season, walking into what looks like a weak market for hitters. If he puts together a full, healthy year with this kind of production, he's going to get paid. And then there's Braydon Fisher, who after his Tuesday bullpen session walked up to his catcher, and the first thing out of his mouth was asking how his cutter was moving. Not, how'd I look? Specifically, the cutter, detail-oriented. 25 cutters thrown all of last year, and now he's treating it like a weapon he wants to develop. This is a guy who came up in May, posted a 2.80 ERA across 50 innings, struck out more than 11 batters per 9 innings, and still came to camp looking to add something. As the season went on last year, hitters started laying off his curveball more and more. He adjusted on the fly, leaned on his fastball and slider, still found ways to get outs, but he clearly saw something that needed solving, and he came into spring with a plan. He's not alone in tinkering. Trey Yesavage is trying to resurrect the curveball he had in college. Dylan Cease is working on a changeup specifically to neutralize left-handed hitters. These aren't guys going through the motions. These are pitchers who already have stuff, already have results, and are still sitting there in the bullpen between sessions thinking about what they can add. That's what good teams do in February. That's what contenders look like before the first pitch of the regular season is ever thrown.